Here's a nightmare scenario for you. Your child goes missing. You can't find the child anywhere, so you call the police, report them missing. You do the searches, you're calling around. Parents get frustrated real quick when this happens, especially if you want your child around. I want you to listen to this news clip that I'm about to hear, or I'm about to play for you. This is some weird stuff right here. You already know that the girl lied to you about her real name. You get the real name, and it's like, okay. And then add on top of that, okay, it's probably a pain in the rear end to pay attention to all the missing kids, but you have a computer sitting in your car. You can look up a young girl on there. You can look and find pictures of who is currently missing. This is a 12-year-old girl. And you're going to hear how the police, after they found her, let her go in the custody of someone that she almost had a drug overdose because of. Or almost, well, passed away because of the drug overdose. This is the Columbus Police Department, or, well, Columbus Division of Police. These folks need to, you know, they need to have something examined about how they do their way of everything. I mean, they really do. Because this was not good. But let's let you hear this clip. Also, hit like and subscribe if you're wanting to keep government accountable. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
New at 5, a Columbus mother. She wants answers after police released her 12-year-old daughter during a traffic stop. The mother reported her missing days earlier. Bryn Caswell with our news partners in Columbus asked investigators what happened.
Disgusted. I was sick to my stomach.
That's how Megan Dunn describes the past 2 weeks. Her daughter, just 12 years old, reported missing to Columbus police back on July 16th. But it's this cell phone video taken by a bystander at Livingston and Fairwood that now raises serious questions about how officers handled the case.
They let her go. I have video footage of her and these officers, and they let that little 12-year-old girl that's been reported missing go. It's not okay. None of this is okay.
That video captured by bystander Deja Rutland.
I just looked at the video one time and knew that that was that little girl.
Rutland recorded as police pulled 2 women and a man from a black Chevy Malibu, though it wasn't until the next day that she realized who the young girl might be.
I got on Facebook and the first thing I saw was that little girl's face, and my heart stopped.
Dunn confirmed the girl in the footage was her daughter, Chloe.
The fact that she was this close to a fentanyl overdose and the police had her, no regard for any of it. The negligence.
Columbus police asked questions,
How old are you?
but officers failed to recognize the girl they had in front of them.
She provided a wrong name and provided a false age of 15. The officers called her out on that, and she eventually provided her correct name. At the conclusion of that traffic stop, the officers arrested the adult male who had a felony warrant for a parole violation. They released the adult female, and they released from the scene of that traffic stop and allowed them to drive away.
I gave it a crack pipe and a crack.
Girl, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
How did those officers not look at this little girl and register that maybe she shouldn't be with this adult person? She's already provided a fake name, that maybe we need to bring her in for further questioning?
That's all part of the internal affairs investigation. I wish I could answer that. I don't have that answer. I can't place myself in those officers' shoes.
Why did they do that?
Well, that's what we don't know. I will say that it wasn't until you sent us the cell phone video on Tuesday, the following day, that we even knew about the traffic stop.
2 hours after I made police aware of the video, 6 days since she was reported missing, the little girl was found by police.
So did I help make this possible?
You did, yeah, and we want to thank you for providing that video because we had no knowledge of it. Yes, we wish we handled the traffic stop differently. We wish that we would have been returned to her parents the day before.
Dunn says while her daughter is safe now, she's still waiting for another phone call.
I want an apology. I want you to say, you know what? We failed you and your family.
And that was Bryn Caswell reporting. Columbus Police said, as you heard, is doing its internal investigation, and the officers involved could face consequences.
Now, I know cops, they're busy folks, but this is a no-joke scenario, and every cop knows this, or should. If they don't, then we got other problems going on. I mean, seriously, they got other problems going on here. We need to get this examined as to why this happened. Now, I'm hoping that this is just a one-off. You don't hear these kinds of stories very often, so it's probably not that common, but at the same time, it's a training issue. It really is. It is a training issue. Far more than anything else, these cops were not trained in how to handle this. And if you're doing a traffic stop, I know that they get to be routine. I have talked to cops, and I can understand why it would be considered routine. But this put a young girl's life at risk. This is not a good look. And there possibly across the country needs to be an examination of how police departments, sheriff's departments, state patrols examine traffic stops. They need to look into this. I mean, seriously, they need to look into this. Do your officers, when they do a traffic stop with children and all this, how do you handle? Do you make sure that this kid's not at risk, especially when the signs are there? I mean, this young girl was with somebody with a felony warrant. This was not a good person. There were drugs involved. It just way too much craziness. But that it's the culture that we have in these police departments nowadays and in the city governments. It's the police are not getting trained properly, and things are falling through the cracks. We need to step up and go, hey, we need to examine why things like this happen and get them fixed properly so that it's lasting. But you tell me what you think. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Well, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.